Have you ever felt drained after helping someone, only to realize they never truly appreciated your kindness? As we age, our time, energy, and peace of mind become more valuable than ever. That's why it's crucial to know who you should help and, more importantly, who you should avoid. In this video, we'll reveal 8 types of people you should never help in your golden years. People who will drain you emotionally, mentally, and sometimes even financially. Stay with us until the end because this isn't just about avoiding toxic individuals. It's about protecting your peace and ensuring your generosity is spent on those who truly deserve it. We'll dive deep into the manipulator who subtly twists your emotions for their gain, the perpetual victim who constantly demands sympathy without any desire to change, and the chronic complainer whose negativity will wear you down. By the end of this video, you'll have the tools to spot these types of people from a mile away, so you can preserve your energy for those who truly uplift and appreciate you. Plus, we'll share how to set firm boundaries, reclaim your time, and live a life filled with peace, joy, and meaningful relationships. Don't miss out on this valuable insight. Your golden years deserve nothing less than the best. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. 1. The manipulator. Manipulators are among the most perplexing and emotionally draining individuals you can encounter, and their impact on your life can be devastating if left unchecked. Unlike overtly aggressive or openly confrontational personalities, manipulators hide in plain sight, cloaking their true intentions behind a facade of charm, vulnerability, or apparent concern. They often present themselves as kind-hearted, misunderstood, or in desperate need of help, pulling at your heartstrings and exploiting your innate kindness. Their tactics are subtle yet insidious, making you feel that denying their requests would not only be unkind but a betrayal of your moral values. However, beneath their polished exterior lies a cold, calculated intent to use your compassion as a tool for their benefit. For older adults, manipulators are particularly dangerous because they often prey on your sense of loyalty, wisdom, or nurturing instincts. They may emphasize shared bonds, recount moments of past support, or suggest that no one else can provide the assistance they desperately need. These appeals can be disarming, making their requests feel urgent, intimate, and deeply personal. Perhaps they remind you of a time you leaned on them, subtly implying that you now owe them in return. Or they may craft stories of being abandoned, leaving you as their last hope. Their methods are designed to bypass your logical defenses and embed themselves directly into your emotions, leaving you entangled before you even realize what's happening. What makes manipulators even more challenging to deal with is their persistence. Their gratitude, if it exists at all, is fleeting, replaced quickly by new demands that grow increasingly unreasonable. Helping them never feels rewarding. Instead, it leaves you drained, questioning your own decisions, and burdened with guilt. You might find yourself constantly sacrificing your own needs and desires, all while wondering how you became so deeply embroiled in their problems. Over time, their influence begins to erode your sense of autonomy, replacing the joy of helping with a growing sense of obligation. Manipulators are rarely satisfied. They will continue returning, each time with greater urgency until you feel as though your life is no longer your own. Recognizing a manipulator requires both courage and self-awareness. It starts with asking yourself difficult but necessary questions. Are their requests fair, or do they always seem to push your boundaries? Do they ever reciprocate your kindness, or do they only take without giving? Do you feel fulfilled after helping them, or does every interaction leave you feeling emotionally depleted and uneasy? When you notice recurring patterns of guilt-driven persuasion or one-sided relationships, it's a clear signal that something is amiss. Setting boundaries with manipulators isn't just important. It's essential for protecting your emotional well-being and maintaining the peace you've worked so hard to cultivate. Remember, saying no to a manipulator is not an act of cruelty. It is an assertion of your worth and self-respect. You have spent decades building a life rich with meaning, resilience, and wisdom. That life is too valuable to be drained by those who only see your kindness as a means to an end. As you navigate this stage of life, let your generosity flow toward those who genuinely cherish and appreciate your presence. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, who inspire gratitude and joy in your heart, and who respect the energy and love you bring into their lives. Manipulators thrive in the shadows of guilt and obligation, but the clarity of experience gives you the strength to step back, recognize their tactics, and reclaim your freedom. Protect your peace fiercely. By doing so, You preserve the serenity, joy, and wisdom that define your later years, ensuring that your kindness becomes a source of light and warmth, not a burden exploited by others. 2. The perpetual victim. As the years pass, life often teaches us the invaluable lesson of resilience, the inner strength to face life's adversities with grace, wisdom, and a sense of purpose. Through the inevitable ups and downs, we learn to navigate the storms, knowing that each challenge is an opportunity for growth. Yet, not everyone absorbs this lesson. Some remain trapped in the suffocating grip of victimhood, endlessly cycling through self-pity and helplessness. These are the perpetual victims, individuals who, despite the passage of time and experience, refuse to break free from their limiting narrative. For the perpetual victim, life is a series of overwhelming setbacks. Their every conversation, their every interaction, is tinged with the weight of their suffering. They paint a picture of a world that is cruel and unfair, where everything conspires against them. But beneath this facade of misfortune lies a far deeper truth, an unwillingness to take responsibility for their own choices, an inability, or perhaps unwillingness, to embrace their power to change their circumstances. These individuals are not seeking solutions. They are not reaching out for support to grow and evolve. Instead, they cling desperately to their story of victimhood, feeding off the sympathy of others to sustain their illusion of helplessness. You, with your years of wisdom, might feel an instinct to extend a hand to these individuals. Your heart, seasoned by experience and guided by compassion, urges you to offer support. After all, you've weathered your storms and emerged stronger. You may believe that your guidance will make a difference, that your kindness will light the way out of their darkness. However, with the perpetual victim, your gestures of goodwill often morph into lifelines that only perpetuate their dysfunction. They don't seek solutions. They want someone to share their misery, someone to affirm their belief that they are powerless, that the world is relentlessly against them, and that their struggles are insurmountable. This toxic dynamic can be draining, especially for seniors like you, who have reached a stage in life where peace and stability should be your priority. Your energy, wisdom, and love are precious commodities that should be spent on nurturing meaningful relationships that bring joy and fulfillment. But when a perpetual victim enters your life, they can pull you into their endless spiral of crisis. They may call you repeatedly, with each conversation presenting a new setback, a new catastrophe to unfold. Slowly, you become entangled in their emotional drama, leaving you exhausted, depleted, and emotionally wrung out. Instead of feeling empowered, you feel powerless, as though your efforts are futile, leaving you with nothing but a hollow sense of frustration. It's crucial to recognize that truly helping someone means empowering them to help themselves. When a person consistently refuses to take responsibility for their own life and challenges, the help you offer is no longer constructive, it becomes enabling. Every time you step in to solve their problems, you rob them of the opportunity to take control of their destiny. You may feel like you are easing their suffering, but in reality, you are feeding their dependence, cementing their belief that they cannot survive without external rescue. You become their crutch, and they remain stuck, unable to break free from the destructive cycle they've chosen for themselves. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Letting go of the need to fix these individuals is one of the most difficult yet liberating lessons you can learn. As someone with a compassionate heart, it can feel unbearable to stand by while others suffer. But remember, your compassion is a sacred gift, one that should not be given away lightly or without boundaries. Not everyone is ready for the kind of support you offer. Some are still locked in a place of resistance, unwilling to take ownership of their struggles. Without this willingness to change, your kindness becomes a bandage on a wound that refuses to heal. You cannot be their permanent rescuer. Your role is to inspire, encourage, and guide, not to be the lifeline that keeps them afloat in their endless sea of despair. As you grow older, you've earned the right to prioritize your well-being, safeguard your peace, and protect your energy. Life is too precious to be spent endlessly fixing the brokenness of others, especially when they do not seek healing. You have the power to choose where your time and emotional energy are invested. The perpetual victim will always find a reason to call for your help, but it's up to you to decide whether you will answer. By choosing wisely, you preserve your strength and ensure that your kindness is reserved for those who are ready to rise, to grow, and to truly appreciate the gift of support you offer. In this way, you create space for deeper, more meaningful connections, where your wisdom is received with open arms, not with empty pleas for sympathy. 3. The chronic complainer. As the relentless march of time unfolds, you come to understand that life is profoundly shaped by both perspective and circumstance. Yet, the chronic complainer exists as a stark contrast, viewing existence through a perpetually darkened lens of dissatisfaction and discontent. No matter how abundant their blessings or how vast their opportunities are, these individuals remain incessantly fixated on what is absent, what is flawed, or what could be vastly improved. They tenaciously clutch onto grievances and pervasive negativity, stubbornly refusing to recognize or appreciate the shimmering silver linings that effortlessly surround them. For someone in the twilight years of life, the presence of a chronic complainer can be especially exasperating and emotionally exhausting. At this juncture, you've likely weathered numerous storms, confronting and overcoming a myriad of challenges. Through these trials, you've cultivated an invaluable resilience, learning to adapt gracefully and to derive profound joy from the remnants of what once was. This hard-earned strength is your cherished treasure. However, the chronic complainer relentlessly endeavors to corrode this inner fortitude, dragging you into their inescapable vortex of pessimism and despair. Their incessant grievances, whether trivial or deeply profound, seldom come with a flicker of a desire to seek solutions. Instead, they wield their unending dissatisfaction as a tool to command attention and demand emotional labor, leaving you emotionally tethered and burdened. When you extend a compassionate and helping hand to a chronic complainer, it seldom yields the sense of fulfillment or satisfaction you might fervently hope for. Regardless of the magnitude of your efforts, they will invariably unearth a flaw or a shortcoming in your endeavors. Your heartfelt intentions meant to uplift and support are met not with sincere gratitude but with a barrage of criticism and reproach. This relentless negativity leaves you feeling profoundly unappreciated, emotionally drained, and increasingly disheartened. Over time, their toxic negativity can begin to permeate your outlook, overshadowing the hard-won peace and joy that you've diligently nurtured and cherished. It is crucial to recognize that attempting to help a chronic complainer does not alleviate their deep-seated discontent. Rather, it inadvertently fuels and exacerbates it. By consistently attending to their ceaseless complaints, you reinforce their obsessive focus on what is wrong, instead of gently encouraging them to acknowledge and embrace what is right. Genuine support should involve empowering others to discover their pathways to contentment and happiness. However, a chronic complainer is often obstinately uninterested in such empowerment, remaining mired in their negativity. As you advance in age, safeguarding your emotional well-being becomes ever more paramount. It is essential to consciously choose to surround yourself with individuals who uplift and inspire you, who actively seek joy, and who find profound beauty in the smallest of life's blessings. When confronted with a chronic complainer, offer them genuine empathy and understanding, but steadfastly resist the urge to attempt to fix or overhaul their bleak outlook. Their happiness and contentment are ultimately their responsibilities, not yours. By maintaining clear and healthy boundaries, you preserve your inner peace and ensure that your boundless compassion is directed toward those who truly value and cherish it. This delicate balance allows you to remain emotionally resilient, continuing to bask in the serenity and happiness you've so diligently cultivated throughout your life. 4. The entitled. Encountering a sense of entitlement in someone you care for can be one of the most emotionally draining and disheartening experiences. For those who have spent a lifetime embracing values like hard work, gratitude, and mutual respect, the entitled person represents a stark contrast, a painful reminder of how easily kindness can be misinterpreted as obligation. These individuals carry an unshakable belief that your time, effort, and resources are theirs to take, not as a gracious gift but as a right they feel inherently owed. Their mindset disregards the sacrifices you make, and rarely, if ever, do they pause to offer thanks. Instead, they demand more, as though your well of generosity is infinite and your boundaries non-existent. For older adults, dealing with someone who is entitled can be especially exhausting, both emotionally and mentally. These individuals often cloak their relentless demands in the guise of genuine need, making it difficult to discern when your help is truly necessary and when it's being exploited. They may appeal to your sense of duty, your kindness, or even your guilt, weaving a narrative that convinces you to keep giving, even when it's at your expense. No matter how much you offer, it's never enough. Gratitude, the currency of meaningful relationships, is absent. Instead, it's replaced by an ever-growing list of expectations that leaves you feeling drained, unseen, and deeply unappreciated. Worse yet, the entitled person doesn't just deplete your material resources. They erode your emotional well-being. When your acts of kindness are met with indifference or, worse, entitlement, it begins to chip away at your sense of self-worth. You may find yourself questioning whether your efforts matter, whether your generosity is valued, or whether you're simply being taken for granted. It's a hollow and painful realization to feel invisible to someone who benefits from your care. Over time, the weight of their expectations can breed a simmering resentment within you, a bitter contrast to the joy and fulfillment that giving should bring. It's essential to recognize that this entitlement is a reflection of the other person's character, not your value. Their inability to appreciate your sacrifices speaks volumes about their mindset, but says nothing about the generosity behind your actions. Understanding this distinction is a crucial first step in reclaiming your peace and protecting your heart. Setting firm, clear boundaries is not an act of selfishness. It's an act of self-preservation. Your kindness should come from a place of genuine love and care, not from coercion, guilt, or obligation. When faced with an entitled individual, ask yourself, what is the cost of your continued support? Are you sacrificing your emotional health, your time, or your well-being to meet their demands? If so, it's time to step back and re-evaluate the dynamic. Your time, energy, and compassion are far too valuable to be wasted on someone who fails to honor and respect them. Instead, focus your efforts on those who truly appreciate you, those who recognize the beauty of your generosity and reciprocate with genuine gratitude. It's in these relationships that your giving will feel meaningful, rewarding, and uplifting. In the golden years of life, the act of giving should bring lightness to your spirit, not weigh you down. It should be a source of joy, rooted in mutual respect, understanding, and a shared appreciation. Protect yourself from the draining presence of entitled individuals, and instead, nurture connections where gratitude flows freely. By choosing to give where it's valued, you not only preserve your resources but also honor your own worth. Let go of those who take your kindness for granted, and you'll find that your heart feels lighter, your spirit feels stronger, and your life feels richer in ways that truly matter. 5. The Drama Seeker. As the years gracefully accumulate, peace transforms into one of life's most cherished and elusive treasures. Over time, you've likely come to understand that serene moments, heartfelt conversations, and the simple pleasures of everyday life offer a profound sense of fulfillment, far surpassing the tumultuous chaos that often shadows the exuberance of youth. However, amidst this tranquil landscape, there exist individuals who seem inexplicably drawn to discord and upheaval. These are the drama seekers, enigmatic souls who perpetually cultivate conflict, weaving turmoil into even the most placid of settings. For them, calmness and harmony are alien and unattainable concepts, almost mythical in their absence. Without the presence of some form of crisis or contention, they experience a deep-seated sense of emptiness, as though their very identity is inextricably linked to the storms they conjure. Interacting with a drama seeker can be akin to being thrust into the heart of a raging tempest. They may approach you with a barrage of personal conflicts, spinning tales of exaggerated grievances and entangling scenarios that leave you bewildered, questioning how they've become so intricately complex. Their demeanor often exudes a desperate need for validation, making you feel indispensable, as if only your intervention can untangle the knots of their fabricated chaos. Yet, beneath the surface, their problems are not genuine dilemmas waiting for resolution. Rather, they are meticulously crafted narratives designed to monopolize attention and keep the spotlight firmly fixed on them. The moment you believe you've helped them navigate one issue, another seamlessly surfaces, pulling you deeper into their relentless whirlwind of disruption and emotional upheaval. For seniors who have long valued stability and resilience, having weathered life's most daunting challenges, the presence of a drama seeker can be particularly exhausting and draining. Their incessant cycles of crisis demand an immense amount of emotional energy that could be more thoughtfully invested in nurturing the relationships and activities that truly matter and bring genuine joy. Even more distressing is the way their chaos can become contagious, unsettling the peaceful sanctuary you've painstakingly built in your golden years. It's crucial to recognize that drama seekers are not in pursuit of meaningful resolution or genuine support. They are ravenously seeking an audience, craving the emotional limelight that only constant turmoil can provide. Your attempts to mediate, console, or rectify their so-called problems will seldom usher in lasting peace to their lives, for peace itself is not what they desire. Instead, your involvement only serves to perpetuate their insatiable hunger for attention, ensnaring you further into their web of dysfunction and emotional instability. To safeguard your well-being and preserve the serenity you've earned, it becomes imperative to learn the art of stepping back gracefully. Offer them succinct words of encouragement or sage advice when appropriate, but steadfastly refuse to allow their drama to consume your time, energy, or emotions. Let them know that you care deeply, yet make it unequivocally clear that you will not partake in their endless cycles of conflict and chaos. Establishing these boundaries is not merely an act of self-preservation. It is a powerful statement that their tumultuous behavior will no longer garner the attention and validation they so desperately seek. In the profound and quiet wisdom that accompanies your later years, embrace the serene tranquility you have meticulously cultivated. Allow yourself the freedom to bask in the peaceful harmony you deserve, and let the drama seekers find their tumultuous stage elsewhere, far removed from the sanctuary of calm you have so lovingly established. 6. The opportunist. As the years unfold and life fills with layers of experience, you've likely encountered those whose charm is as polished as their intentions are self-serving, the smooth talkers. These individuals possess an uncanny ability to captivate you with their charisma, skillfully wrapping their words in allure and promise. They know how to make you feel seen, valued, and, most dangerously, indispensable. The opportunist is the master of this subtle yet devastating art. They don't present themselves as needy or helpless. Rather, they cloak their motives in the guise of ambition, dangling before you a vision of shared success that feels both exciting and noble. Their pitch isn't just compelling, it's intoxicating, as though by joining forces with them, you're becoming part of something groundbreaking, something truly meaningful. But beneath this carefully constructed exterior lies a painful truth. The opportunist is only here for what they can take. Once they've extracted the value they sought, they vanish without a trace, leaving you with nothing but unanswered questions and the bitter aftertaste of betrayal. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment below to let me know that you are still here with me. The opportunist views relationships as nothing more than a series of transactions. They evaluate you not as a person, but as a resource, a well of opportunity they can draw from until it runs dry. They meticulously assess what you bring to the table: your time, your wisdom, your connections, and your financial support. They weave their narrative to align with your values and aspirations, making it seem as though their goals are perfectly in sync with yours. They create an illusion of partnership, presenting themselves as a collaborator who shares your dreams and respects your input. Yet this is all a facade, a calculated performance designed to pull you into their orbit. When the moment arrives for them to deliver on their promises or reciprocate your efforts, they fall silent. They slip away, leaving you not just empty-handed but wondering how you allowed yourself to be drawn into their web. For seniors, whose lives are often rich with knowledge, influence, and a desire to contribute meaningfully, opportunists can be particularly dangerous. They understand the generous spirit that often comes with age, the inclination to mentor, support, or give back, and they exploit it with precision. The opportunist knows how to appeal to your sense of purpose, your desire to leave a legacy, and your wish to see others thrive. They make you feel that your involvement is not only appreciated but essential, and in doing so, they tap into your deepest instincts to nurture and support. But when they've gotten what they came for, they'll leave, indifferent to the damage their departure causes. The sting of betrayal by an opportunist cuts deeply, and the wounds they leave are not just material but profoundly emotional. It isn't merely the loss of time or resources that hurts, it's the violation of trust, the sense that your good intentions and heartfelt contributions were manipulated for someone else's gain. You reflect on the moments when you believed in their vision, invested in their potential, and hoped that your efforts would lead to something meaningful. Instead, you're left with the unsettling realization that you were seen not as a person but as a stepping stone, a means to an end. This betrayal can feel especially poignant in later years when time and energy are precious, and relationships are cherished for their authenticity. The opportunist's selfishness doesn't just disappoint, it disorients, leaving you questioning your judgment and your ability to trust. In your later years, as your focus shifts toward creating deeper, more meaningful connections, the opportunist's actions can feel like an affront to everything you value. They rob you of not just material resources but also of the emotional security that comes from trusting others. Their departure often leaves a void, one filled not only with frustration but also with a lingering sense of doubt about your ability to discern sincerity from deceit. Yet, even in the face of such betrayal, there is an opportunity to grow stronger, to sharpen your instincts, and to guard your heart and resources against those who do not deserve them. To protect yourself from opportunists, lean into the wisdom you've gathered over a lifetime. Trust your instincts. They are often your greatest ally. Watch for patterns in behavior. Do they reach out only when they need something? Are their words backed by consistent actions, or do they remain empty promises? Are they genuinely invested in the relationship, or does their interest fade once their needs are met? These questions can serve as a compass, helping you navigate the complexities of human interaction and avoid falling into the traps laid by opportunists. Genuine relationships, whether personal or professional, are built on mutual respect, reciprocity, and shared values. They enrich your life rather than drain it, and they leave you feeling uplifted rather than used. By recognizing the opportunist early, you can protect your energy and preserve your resources for those who genuinely value and appreciate your contributions. Your wisdom, kindness, and generosity are treasures, and they deserve to be shared with people who see you as more than a means to an end. Let this serve as a reminder. Your life's legacy is far too precious to be diminished by those who fail to honor it. The opportunist's selfishness, though hurtful, does not define you. Instead, it highlights your strength. The strength to set boundaries, to protect what you've built, and to choose relationships that align with your values. Your later years are a time to celebrate the connections that matter, to nurture bonds that bring joy, and to stand firm in the belief that your contributions are worth more than opportunistic exploitation. Protect your heart, honor your wisdom, and let the opportunist's betrayal serve as a testament to your ability to discern, rise above, and thrive in the light of authenticity and respect. 7. The energy vampire. As we age, the value of our time and energy becomes all the more significant. Life, especially in your later years, should be a journey of reflection, peace, and joy. It is a time for nurturing what truly matters, whether that's your passions, your health, or the deep, meaningful relationships you've cultivated over the years. But the reality is that some people unknowingly come into our lives and drain the very essence of what we hold dear. These are the energy vampires, individuals who feed off your emotional and mental reserves, leaving you exhausted and depleted after every interaction. While they might not intend to harm you, their constant neediness and overwhelming presence can chip away at your well-being, leaving you with little left to offer to the people and causes that truly bring you joy. The nature of an energy vampire is subtle and deceptive. At first, their demands may seem harmless, even flattering. After all, it feels good to be needed. These people may call you frequently, not to share the joy of life but to pour out their worries, complaints, or trivial concerns. They might ask for your help on tasks they could easily handle themselves or lean on you for emotional validation and support without offering any kind of reciprocal care. It might begin with an innocent request for a favor here or a moment of listening there. But soon enough, you realize that these interactions, once so seemingly minor, have become routine, leaving you feeling emotionally and mentally drained every time. It's as if every conversation or favor you offer them takes a piece of your soul, and yet, they rarely, if ever, offer anything back. For those in their later years, the impact of such relationships can be devastating. You've already spent a lifetime giving, to your family, your community, your friends, and your loved ones. Your time, your resources, and your energy have been poured into others for years, shaping your identity and creating bonds of love and devotion. But now, as the years pass and the demands on your time grow fewer, this phase of your life should be a time of self-care, a time to replenish your spirit and protect the peace you've worked so hard to cultivate. This should be a time to nurture relationships that uplift and energize you, not ones that sap your vitality and leave you feeling resentful. Helping others, at this stage in life, should feel fulfilling. It should be a source of joy. But the energy vampire doesn't offer that joy. They only take. And with every piece they take, they leave you with less to give to the people who truly matter. Your close friends, your family, and even yourself. The toll of living with an energy vampire can sometimes go unnoticed. At first, their behavior seems acceptable, almost normal. But over time, you begin to realize that every interaction with them leaves you feeling less like yourself. You find yourself emotionally drained, weary, and perhaps even questioning your self-worth. You begin to dread their calls, their messages, and their requests, but you feel obligated to continue helping. You tell yourself that it's just one more favor, just one more conversation. But slowly, that just one more turns into a never-ending cycle. You feel as though you're on a hamster wheel, always giving, always sacrificing, but never receiving anything in return. It's an exhausting, soul-sucking dynamic, and the toll it takes on your emotional health can be overwhelming. Recognizing an energy vampire is crucial. It's about being brutally honest with yourself about how certain relationships make you feel. Do you feel lighter, happier, and more fulfilled after speaking with them? Or do you feel weighed down, as though a heavy burden has been placed on your shoulders? Do they make an effort to ask about your well-being, or is the focus always on their needs, their problems, and their struggles? These are the questions you must ask yourself, and the answers will reveal the truth. If you constantly find yourself feeling drained after spending time with someone, if you notice that you're the one always giving, always sacrificing, without receiving any support in return, it's time to take a step back and evaluate the relationship. For many seniors, this realization can be particularly painful. It's easy to feel guilty about limiting your time with someone who seems to need you. But the truth is, you owe it to yourself to protect your energy. You have earned the right to prioritize your well-being and to focus on relationships that nourish and energize you, not those that leave you depleted. You've given so much over the years. Your time, your love, your wisdom. Now, it's time to be selective about where you invest your precious energy. You deserve relationships that bring you peace, not those that constantly demand more than you have to give. Establishing boundaries with an energy vampire can be difficult, especially if the person is someone close to you. But it is necessary for your emotional health and well-being. Setting boundaries is not an act of selfishness. It's an act of self-preservation. You are not responsible for fulfilling their endless demands. You are not obligated to be their emotional caretaker, their therapist, or their constant source of validation. When you recognize that their behavior is draining you, it's time to gently but firmly establish limits. Politely but firmly let them know that you are no longer able to give as much as you once did, and suggest alternatives that can help them without overburdening you. There are professionals, support groups, and resources available that can offer them the help they need. You are not their only source of support, and it's important to remember that you can still care about them without sacrificing your well-being. Your energy is one of the most precious gifts you have. It is the currency of your presence, your love, and your wisdom. As you enter the later stages of life, it's important to remember that your energy is finite. You only have so much to give, and you deserve to spend it on things and people that bring you peace, joy, and fulfillment. By protecting your energy, you ensure that you have enough to engage deeply with the people who truly matter. Your loved ones, your friends, and your community. You deserve to spend your time and energy on relationships that make you feel loved, respected, and appreciated. The energy vampire may not mean harm, but their constant demands are not yours to bear. By setting boundaries and protecting your energy, you are honoring the life you've built, a life that deserves peace, connection, and gratitude. In the end, by choosing to preserve your energy, you are not being selfish. You are embracing the wisdom that comes with age, the understanding that your well-being must come first. The energy vampire may not recognize the damage they are causing, but you do. You are the keeper of your peace, and it's time to safeguard that peace fiercely. Your remaining years should be filled with light, not burdened by those who take without giving. So, stand firm, protect your spirit, and make room in your life for the relationships that truly nourish your soul. You've earned it. 8. The harmful individual. As you journey through the later years of your life, the things that truly matter begin to crystallize. You come to value the deep and enduring relationships that have stood the test of time, those rare connections that bring comfort, joy, and meaning to your existence. These are the relationships where trust is mutual, where respect is the foundation, and where love is a constant. They offer a sanctuary from the chaos of the world, providing a sense of security and belonging in your later years. However, amidst the beauty of these bonds, certain individuals possess a far more sinister influence. They are not merely flawed or mistaken in their actions. No, these are the people whose very presence in your life is damaging. Whether through overt cruelty or subtle manipulation, they are the harmful individuals who seek to tear down everything you've spent your life building. The harmful individual isn't a person who simply makes a few bad decisions. While we all make mistakes and show our flaws from time to time, these people are different. They don't just trip up in their relationships or inadvertently hurt others. Instead, they deliberately and repeatedly inflict harm, leaving emotional scars that can last a lifetime. Their actions may not always be immediately obvious. They may disguise their true intentions behind a mask of charm, but their effect is always the same: destruction. It could come in the form of cruel words, calculated actions, or deliberate choices designed to create turmoil and hurt those around them. Sometimes they are blatant in their toxicity, while at other times, they may cloak their behavior in subtlety, making it difficult for others to see their true nature. But one thing remains constant: the harm they cause leaves a trail of devastation in their wake. For those in their later years, Dealing with harmful individuals can be particularly painful and emotionally exhausting. Many of these toxic individuals may not be strangers. They may be people you have known for years, people who have shared in your life's journey. They could be family members, old friends, or people you once considered confidants. These are the individuals who you have trusted, the ones you thought would be there for you, especially as you enter a time of life where peace, comfort, and love should reign supreme. Yet these same individuals use their familiarity and history with you to exploit your goodwill, take advantage of your trust, and cause emotional destruction. The harm they cause is not always direct. Sometimes it is the quiet erosion of your sense of self-worth or the subtle destruction of relationships you have worked so hard to build. It can be the gossip they spread behind your back, the passive-aggressive comments they make in public or private, or the deliberate attempts to turn others against you. These harmful individuals can even manipulate your closest relationships, sowing seeds of doubt and discord where once there was harmony. Their ability to sow confusion and create chaos within your life, especially as you age, is a particular kind of cruelty. They may make you feel isolated, powerless, or unable to trust your judgment. Their presence drains the emotional resources you've worked so hard to preserve. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. The emotional toll of dealing with a harmful individual is profound. At any age, betrayal is a devastating experience. But in later life, it is often far more painful, as it carries with it a deep sense of loss, not only of the relationship but of the trust that was once so readily given. The weight of betrayal is heavier as you grow older, as it shakes your sense of security and your ability to trust others. When someone you've loved and trusted, whether for years or decades, betrays that trust, it can leave you questioning your entire outlook on life, your ability to judge character, and even your sense of self. The emotional scars left by such experiences are not just psychological. They manifest in your physical health as well. Chronic stress and emotional turmoil can lead to physical symptoms, from fatigue and anxiety to more serious health concerns. The toll of betrayal and constant conflict is not something that can be easily ignored or dismissed. The effects are profound, affecting not only your heart and mind but your body as well. Recognizing a harmful individual in your life requires an immense amount of self-awareness, strength, and courage. In your later years, you may have become more attuned to the nuances of relationships, and more sensitive to the ways in which others affect your emotional state. Pay close attention to how you feel after engaging with these individuals. Are you left feeling drained, anxious, or even less confident in yourself? Do their words or actions have a way of creating rifts between you and others, especially people who are important to you? These are crucial signs that someone in your life may not have your best interests at heart. Trust your instincts. You've lived long enough to know the difference between someone genuinely concerned about you and someone only interested in what they can gain at your expense. Recognize that you have the power to protect yourself and that your emotional well-being is something worth preserving. Protecting yourself from harmful individuals is not a sign of weakness. It is a demonstration of your strength and wisdom. You've earned the right to prioritize your happiness, health, and peace of mind. It's important to set clear boundaries and, if necessary, limit or cut off contact with those who do not respect you. This can be one of the hardest things to do, especially when these people are family members or longtime friends. The thought of distancing yourself from someone you once loved and trusted can feel like a betrayal in itself. But it's important to remember that you are not betraying anyone by choosing to protect yourself. You are honoring your own needs, your peace, and your sense of self-worth. Sometimes, the most loving thing you can do for yourself is to create space between you and those who continually bring harm into your life. This doesn't necessarily mean that you need to confront these individuals explosively or dramatically. Often, the most effective method of protecting yourself is to limit your interactions and set firm boundaries without engaging in unnecessary conflict. It's possible to reduce contact, refuse to participate in their manipulative games, and refuse to let them drag you into their toxic cycle. Surround yourself with people who lift you, and who bring joy, support, and love into your life. These are the relationships that matter, the ones that nourish your soul and provide you with the strength to face life's challenges. Letting go of harmful individuals is a powerful act of self-care. It is not a sign of failure, but rather a profound recognition of the value of your peace and happiness. You have spent a lifetime building relationships, gathering wisdom, and cultivating the kind of love and joy that can only come with age. You deserve to be surrounded by people who respect you, who support you, and who honor the person you have become. The toxic individuals who seek to harm you have no place in this new chapter of your life. Removing them from your world is not only a means of protecting yourself, but an affirmation of the life you've worked so hard to build. By choosing to let go of toxic influences, you create space for more meaningful, enriching, and fulfilling relationships. Remember that life is precious, and you have the right to live it on your terms, free from the harm and negativity of those who seek to tear you down. You have the power to say no to toxicity, no to manipulation, and no to betrayal. By protecting your heart and mind, you allow yourself the freedom to embrace the joy, peace, and love that you so richly deserve. In doing so, you not only honor your past but also create the opportunity for a future filled with happiness, fulfillment, and genuine connection. As we reflect on the profound impact harmful individuals can have on our lives, it's essential to take a moment to consider how we can protect our peace and prioritize the relationships that truly matter. What have you learned from this discussion? Have you recognized patterns or behaviors in your own life that align with what we've explored today? Take a moment to share your thoughts. What is one thing you've learned from this video that you will bring into practice in your life moving forward? Let us know in the comments below. Your insights could inspire and help others who are navigating similar experiences. If you found this video valuable, please leave a comment below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more thought-provoking content. Your engagement helps us continue creating videos that matter. Thank you for being a part of this journey. Here's to living with wisdom, resilience, and peace.